Hello, my name is Marcella, and this is me editing dialogue, how I would go about it. Um, yeah, let's get right into it. So, here I have 3 different tracks. Let me explain. I have 3 different tracks. This is a little different from how someone would go about like mixing music. Um, Obviously, less tracks, less things to worry about frequency wise. This is literally just the dialogue. So you see that there's numbered tracks here. Um, this bottom track are just outtakes of when my recordist was just talking. But these 2 main tracks up here are the actual dialogue itself. This is the end poem for Minecraft. When you complete the game, you defeat the Ender Dragon, you'll get thrown into the screen where this end poem is scrolling. So I asked him if he could record this for me, and he said yes. And yeah, so I've already done some work, as you can see down here. This is my master track. This is where I'll be pulling from either or. So this is like a whoops. This bottom one is like a one take, like no stopping through. But this top one is like the main, I'd say, where we stopped, gave him breaks, did all that good stuff. So I'll be pulling back and forth from each one. This one, or sorry, my main master track here, I'm calling it the master because I'm just be pulling them down. You'll see here in a bit. But this is all in a folder just called recording tracks. Then I have my master track, and then I have my Isotope RX monitor. For those of you who don't know how to use Isotope or how it kind of works, Isotope itself is just external software here, where you can pull in anything, any clip, I should say, not anything. Any clip can go into RX. As I was saying, any clip can go into RX, but the software is primarily used for to clean up audio of any type. People have used it in the past for like helping with microphone bleed in music, but also like restoring old film and audio from like the past. People will use RX. I could have said that better. But anyways, the way it works is that you'd want to set up a stereo RX monitor here. So just set up a regular stereo track. If you don't know how to do that, just Shift Command N pulls that up, brings up a track. Then you put the plug in here through the Isotope monitor, stereo. Feels like stereo. Once that's in place, you kind of like set it up and forget about it. Because now what you can do is click on your track. Didn't mean to double click. Bring up Isotope up from the audio suite, so not from the plugin itself. Hit connect. It's refreshing. Capture audio, and then it brings it up. So now, the reason why that's there is because we'll monitor
Minecraft
through Pro
by
Tools
Julian Gough.
instead of through the software itself. It just makes life a lot easier. Trust. But yeah, I don't need that. But I decided to start recording right now because I encountered a very interesting problem, which I didn't realize. But when recording, my recordist accidentally messed up on the name.
By Jill.
Oops. Read that. He accidentally messed up.
By Jill.
Said Jill, not Julian. And I was looking here, kind of struggling, like, oh, how should I fix this? But they both start with J, and that's
Julian.
this. This consonant you see here is the same as this. Is that ch sound. So, if I edit on the zero crossing line, so you can even see here in the waveform, when it changes from a consonant to a vowel, which is really cool. So, go up to here. Always check too.
By Julian.
Wait, I pulled back a little bit too much. There you
Jul-
go. J. I guess I messed up, so forgive. This is the J. Not the consonant, oops. But if I line it up correctly,
By Julian
it
Gough.
doesn't sound like he says Jill, it sounds like he says Julian. Just fix that, and hopefully with a crossfade, this shouldn't be too noticeable.
By Julian Gough.
Yeah.
Minecraft End Poem by Julian Gough.
So this first pass through is just me editing those type of like mistakes where the recordist accidentally says something, or like there's a space, there's a break, a cough maybe, stuff like that, just going through and editing the pacing. Then the second pass through, which we'll get to, will be me fixing all of the like plosives, so like that pretty aggressive
Minecraft End Poem.
See how like it spikes? We don't want that, especially because of how aggressive it is.
Minecraft End Poem.
Yeah.
By...
But that'll be the second pass through. Something I learned at Full Sail actually was that you don't want to tackle too much all at once. You want to make sure that what you're doing is making sure your foundation is right, and then going back and then editing those little like smaller things, and then like it's layers. Don't overwhelm yourself all at once, is what I'm trying to say and can't say. So I'll be back when I see something else that I think would be pretty useful to see.
Minecraft by Julian Gough. Julian Gough. Public domain version. I see the letter you mean. Togetic 89. Yep.
Okay, so I'm actually going to do something pretty cool in this section, where if anybody has read the end poem before, I'll link it down below if you haven't. There's two main characters talking to each other, and talking to the player of the game. And the idea is that the player has now reached like a higher knowledge, so now they can hear each other's thoughts. So that's why these, like, I'd say godly figures can, this is why the player can read its minds. There we go. And I have like a fun little sound design idea for this. So I'm just gonna change the track. So 1 second. Let me back up. Come over here to track color code, Jesus. Change it from the track to clip in track. And then I think of sound design as blue. So I'm just gonna color it blue. And it's obviously different, so I come back and know, hey, this is where your sound set goes. But you see how there's these blanks right here? I'll just say this real quick. I don't want to delete all that, because that is part of the pacing. My guy did a very good job at making sure most of the pacing is correct. There are some moments where it might spread out a little bit, but overall it's not bad at all. So the idea is not to take out the silence. And if there's noise in the silence, like there's some peaks and stuff over here, just to kind of take that a little bit out, but not the whole thing, and squish it together. Because then it sounds like the guy is talking really fast, and we don't want that. We want it to sound natural, and that you're just listening to an audiobook. Okay, so here's a pretty good example of the pacing I was talking about.
Yes.
I think can come
Take
in a little closer, where he says, yes, this is a long yes.
Yes.
And take care.
Yes.
I feel like we could
Take
probably
care.
bring this in a little bit, not by much, but just a little bit, like that, where it feels like those two are in a sentence instead of it being so separate.
Yes. Take care. It has reached a higher level.
I think that's nice. So here,
it has reached a higher level.
he laughs.
It has reached a higher level.
I got this laugh right here. and higher.
It has reached a
You see
higher,
how like
higher
these
level.
two waveforms, if you look at it, this looks the exact same as this. Pretty much is. So what I'm gonna do is just trim that. I'm using a bunch of quick keys. When I do the selection and it cuts it in half, or cuts it to selection, all that is the letter B. When I'm trying to trim a clip from the ends, that's S and A. Those are the quick keys when editing. So if I don't explain that, I'll put like little things on screen. But yeah, anyways. So these two.
Higher level.
Okay, that's actually level.
Higher level.
Higher level. So I just need to trim it from here. Which, just to do that, is just B. Just to add a little slice. A little indent.
Higher level. Higher level. Higher.
So zoom in, find the zero crossing. I'm going to click S because I don't need anything else from the end of the clip. Bring this over. Leave a little room so I can pull things back if I need to. Here. Do that. Then do a fade. To do a quick crossfade like that, that's just F. You could also hover on the ends of clips with G and D to do the end clips. So let's hear it, see if it sounds right.
It has reached a higher level.
Sorry, I was talking. Let's hear it, see if it sounds right.
It has reached a higher level. It has reached a higher level.
So it sounds a little rushed. So pull this back. Take off the fade first. So you see how once I had taken off the fade, once I had put the fade on, it amplified this middle bit right here. And once I had taken it out, it's pulling from the beginning of that, the first higher, right? And even, we'll test it out right now. I think if I do a smaller fade, it might work, but if that doesn't work, we can use the higher from the beginning because this sentence flows easily into the first take, and then the level from the end because he doesn't mess up on the second time. So let's see. Let's try with the smaller fade first, since that was my first idea. Bring this back again. Put this here. Make sure it's not gonna clip. And we're looking at the zero line, or zero cross fading. You always want to edit on a zero crossing line instead of in the middle, because then you'll get a little ping, a little something that we don't want. So let me try with the smaller fade, less of an amplitude.
It has reached a higher level. It has reached a higher level.
It doesn't sound natural. So let me see if the other idea will work. Let's pull this back. Higher.
It has reached a higher level. A higher level. It has reached a higher level.
Sounds better, but can you guys kind of hear that clip?
It has reached a higher level.
We don't want that. So that's why we do little fades. Just little guys, you know? Nothing too crazy.
Take care. Take. It has reached a higher level.
Yeah. I like that. I don't think there's a fade right here. Let me just add one real quick. So I have a smart tool selected, which is just this little bracket right here. And sometimes if you see, you'll hover through the brackets and then you'll get the selection tool. And if you go below, I just recently realized this, but if you go below the waveform, it changes to the grabber tool. Above the waveform, it is the selection tool. But just handy to know when you're like doing edits pretty quickly. From what I've been told, at least at Full Sail, the guys who do regular dialogue editing are just so good at this. They'll fly through, like, it might take them, like, say you have like an hour recording, it'll take them maybe like 30 minutes to do. I could be so wrong on that though, so please don't quote me. Yeah, let's continue.
Higher level. Just higher level. Yes, level. Yes, take care. There's just higher level now. You can read your thoughts.
I also want to bring up that you should always have whatever dialogue you recorded, the script, to reference to make sure like what you're taking out and what you're putting in is correct. So here it is. Here it is. As you can see, it's a pretty lengthy script. It's really not that bad. We are, yes, take care. It reaches a higher level. Here. So since I edited the first half, the second half where he repeats himself again, we won't need. But I'm just going to be referencing this off screen over here, so I can make sure that everything is lining up correctly.
Yes, take care. There's just higher level. Take care. Take care. Yes, take care. There's just higher level now. You can read your thoughts. That doesn't matter. Things were part of the game. I like this player. He played well. He did not give up. He was reading our thoughts as though we were. You can read your thoughts. That doesn't matter. Things were part of the game. I like this player. He played well. He did not give up. He was reading our thoughts as though we were words on. He was reading our thoughts as though they were words on the screen. He was reading our thoughts as though they were words on the screen. That is how it chooses to imagine many things when it's deep in the dream of the game. Words make a wonderful interface. Very flexible and less terrifying than staring at the reality behind the screen. To imagine many things when it's deep in the dream of the game. Words make a wonderful interface. Very flexible and less terrifying than staring at the reality behind the screen.
So I'm at the end of the clip that I have selected. So you can see there's a bunch of little marks in here. That's mainly just for me, for when I bring these when I take this into iZotope. So, again, have a selection of the clip you want to edit. Go into iZotope, here up on the audio suites, go down to isotopes, go to connect, and it'll bring this up, select reference and repair, then send. I guess it says or. What I usually do is just click send, captures the audio, then it should pops up in this window. So here, what we're listening to are for the plosives, the little clicks, things that sound too aggressive. I can already see that there are some stuff, but we should always listen first before we start editing. So,
Short story script, Minecraft End Poem by Julian Gough, public domain version. I see the player you mean. Togetic89.
So there was a click here, a click here. There's a noise here. There's pretty aggressive plosives. So let's go to the clicks first. What I'm going to do is select instant process to attenuate, and that is just spectral pair. That is this. You always want to make sure that your settings are correct. This isn't too bad, but I'm going to do is lower down the strength a little bit. Anything over a certain number does start destroying the actual audio itself, so you always want to be careful. Always check your settings. Oops, I made to click render. So once instant process is on, there's different options too, like the square, takes that out. For these tall ones that are by themselves, just gonna do that. Same with this one. Same with this one. These little squares here though, it's probably not a good idea to use that tall boy. So we're gonna use the square. Like that. Like so. So that's here.
Short story script, Minecraft End Poem by Julian Gough, public domain version.
So here,
Public domain.
I think he hits the mic stand. I think that's what that sound is. So I'm just gonna come in and see if I can just
Public domain version.
Yeah.
I see the player you
away.
mean.
Sure.
Togetic89.
So now, the cool thing about iZotope, it has a bunch of like different algorithms, is what they're called. So go in here, look for plosives. That's a high strength. Let's always start low and then progressively go higher. Another reason is to avoid like damaging the audio itself. Frequency limit is basically talking about how far do you want it to go. So it's at 150. So it will attenuate anything below it. Like, this is the limit. 150 is the limit. And that's really where the plosives are. 150 is a good start. The sensitivity is good. So let's try it. Click render. As you can see, like because of that limit we had on, it didn't damage the actual integrity of the speaking. But it did go in and take out some of those plosives. So let's listen back.
Short story script, Minecraft End Poem by Julian Gough, public domain version. I see the player you mean.
So it got it out a little bit. We can probably do it again. But this time, we can probably do that again, but this time make it just a little bit more stronger. Maybe slightly less sensitive. Let's go up to 2.5. And then, let me see something. Let me try this. Because they feel higher in
Short story script, Minecraft End Poem by Julian Gough, public domain version. I see the player you mean.
So he does kind of just blow into the mic. Not much I can really do there. That actually might help with what we're dealing with. Let's try this first. Okay, so I don't know if y'all saw what happened, I had output breaths only still selected, so from when I was monitoring. So when I went to go click render, it took out all the audio because it's doing the opposite. It's thinking when you have this clicked that you want to keep the breaths and everything else wants to go away. In reality, we want that flipped. We want the breaths to go away, but keep everything else. So I think this is gonna be just a bit too intense. So let me turn down the sensitivity just a little and try that out and see if that helped.
Short story script, Minecraft End Poem by Julian Gough, public domain version. I see the player you mean.
Not bad. It is not bad. But we have some pretty intense S's.
Short story script,
Scripts. Those S's are up here in this higher frequency. They're a little intense. So let's fix that. This probably needs to go higher. So we can preview again. Only listen.
short story script.
And
Short story script, Minecraft End Poem by Julian Gough, public domain version. I see the player you mean.
it sounds better. I think we need to work on the pluses just a little bit more. So let's do mousey clicks. Let's see if that's a better option for us. Okay, I'm not sure if you were able to hear. There's a lot of little mouse clicks. So turn this off, then render.
Short story script, Minecraft End Poem by Julian Gough, public domain version. I see the player you mean.
So it worked too. You can't always fix everything in Isotope. There's just some things it's just not possible. So I'm gonna send this back, save this, send back, click this button here. It captures it, and then is create a new track right underneath the master. Yes, cool. So this way, we rendered down the clip from above and put it down. And what that lets us do is that we keep the original edit that we have, but we still have the edit that we did in RX. It's still intact. As you can see, it's rendered out as a whole clip up until like where we had selected it. So if I wanted to go back and edit it, I can't with just this clip. But if I have a backup up here, I can still go back and like tweak some stuff.
Public domain.
Yeah.
Public
Sounds
domain version.
way better.
Short story script, Minecraft End Poem by Julian Gough, public domain version. Public domain version. Short story script, Minecraft End Poem.
This P right here.
Poem. Minecraft End Poem by Julian Gough.
We can still bring this guy down too.
Minecraft End Poem by Julian Gough.
Even more.
Minecraft End Poem by Julian Gough, public domain version.
Yeah. So sometimes you do have to
Minecraft End Poem by Julian Gough, public domain version.
do it manually. Which isn't bad. It helps your skills. So I forgot to record an outro. This is my outro. I hope you enjoy. Hopefully that all made sense. And thank you for watching.